But we will definitely work on hips and lower back among, everything else, but targeting these areas tonight. So starting by getting centered, please sit nice and comfortably. Feel your spine elongate, the head reaching toward the ceiling, shoulders dropping down your back and your eyes closing. And as you do so, I'd like you to become aware of the breath flowing into your body, the breath flowing out of your body. And you can imagine that with each breath, you're becoming more and more present, that you're letting go of your threads of awareness to everything else that might be going on in your life and world. That you're grounding here in this moment, this body, this room, this yoga mat. There's even a short practice we can do here to even ground that more. So as you inhale gently, hear in your mind the sound, I am here. And as you exhale, hear the sound, I have arrived. This is a Buddhist practice. Inhale, I am here. Exhale, I have arrived. And repeat that just a few more times. I am here. I have arrived. Here in this present moment, the only moment that we have, the only moment that matters right now is this one, this breath, this body, and letting go of the internal repetition and feeling a bit more centered than before. Take a deeper, fuller breath in and out. Bringing your palms together and bowing chin, and just honor yourself as you are in this moment, this body, this breath, this energy and mind. It's in service of all of that that we will practice tonight. So go ahead and rub the palms together, creating heat. And take the heated palms over the eyes, brushing over the top of the head, down the neck, bringing yourself back to the room. And we're going to start off on our backs tonight. So go ahead and move your props off to the side and come to lay down, please. And once you're on your back, and take your time with that transition, you're going to hug your knees into your chest. And with the knees hugged in, it might just feel natural to start to rock gently from side to side on the spine, especially the lower back. Maybe take a few breaths as you do that. This gentle movement, massaging the muscles along the spine, massaging them into the ground, side to side, inviting fresh blood flow to this area of the body and relieving any tension in the muscles found there. Right. And then go ahead and bring the knees to stillness, the back to stillness, and keep holding on to the right leg and extend your left leg all the way down to the floor. Now flex both feet, especially with the left foot, have the toes point toward the ceiling, and you'll feel a gentle stretch on the top of the left thigh. Beautiful. And then from here, please hold behind your right thigh with both hands. Keep the feet flexed and inhale, extend the right leg toward the ceiling, pull the toes back, lengthening the back of the leg, and exhale, knee comes back in. Let's continue that. Inhale, extend, and exhale, bend. Reach and release. Let's do a few more. Good. One more time. And then exhale, bend the knee back into your chest. Good. Now keep holding behind the right thigh with the right hand. Place the left hand to just rest on top of the left hip bone. You're not pushing down at all. You're just reminding that left hip bone to stay on the floor. And with that there, draw the right knee out to the right. Okay, the core is going to be engaged a little bit here, especially to keep that left hip grounding. And with your inhale, extend the right leg out to the right, and exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. A few more times. Extending and bending, extending and bending. Good. Then extend the leg out to the side. You can keep holding onto the leg if you'd like to. Round the left hip, reach through the right heel, and stay. And breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Bend the right knee, bring it back to center. Now hold on to the right knee with the left hand. Right knee, left hand. Extend the right arm out to the side, and then draw the right leg across the body toward the floor on your left side, coming into a twist, and try to ground the right shoulder and right arm. And if you want to here, you can turn your chin to the right, away from the knee. Let's take a couple breaths. Good. With your next inhale, please carefully unwind and release that right leg down. Notice sensation. And then we'll balance it out by doing the other side. So just go ahead and bring the left knee in, flex both feet, and we'll stay here for a breath or two. Feeling that gentle stretch in your hip, the top of the right thigh. And then when you're ready, hold behind the left thigh with both hands. And with your inhale, extend the left leg toward the ceiling, reaching through the heel. And exhale, bend the left knee, bringing it back into your chest. Good. Let's continue that. Inhale, extend the leg. Exhale, bring it back in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back in. A few more times. Twice more. Good. As you bend the knee this time, keep it in. Keep holding behind the left thigh with the left hand. Place the right hand right on top of your right hip bone. Again, not pushing down, but just reminding that hip to stay put. And then draw the left knee out to the left. And inhale, extend the leg, reaching through the heel. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend. Keep going. And keep grounding the right hip bone as you do. Good. With your next inhale, extend the leg out to the side and keep it there. We'll stay for about 3 breaths. Reaching through the heel, grounding the right hip. Good. Then bend the left knee. Bring it back to center. Take it into the right hand. Your left arm falls out to the left. And then draw the left knee across the body, coming into the twist. Ground the left shoulder and left arm as best you can. And maybe even turning the chin to the left here. Breathe, breathe, breathe. All right, with your next inhale, carefully unwind. You can extend the leg down for a moment. Just take a moment to feel what's going on in the body after that exercise. And then after those couple of breaths, go ahead and bend the knees and bring the feet flat to the floor, prepping for bridge pose. So heels are underneath the knees, about hip width apart, arms by your sides. And as always, we'll start with a bit of arm movement, then add the hips in just a second. So with your next inhale, please lift your arms up and overhead, knuckles on the floor above you. Then exhale, release your arms back down to your sides. Good. Again, arms lift, inhale. Arms lower, exhale. Inhale, arms lift. And exhale, arms lower. Let's add the hips now. Lifting the arms like before. Inhale, pick up the hips, reach your pelvis toward the ceiling. Exhale, release your arms and hips back down. Good. Inhale, arms and hips lift. Exhale, release them back down, keeping the feet grounded on the floor, especially the padding of the big toe. Inhale up. Exhale, release. Good. We're going to switch things up just a little bit here. Listen carefully. Inhale, lift the arms and hips like before. Leave the arms overhead. Roll down a single vertebrae at a time, articulating through the spine until the hips touch the ground. And then inhale, reverse that. Scoop the tailbone under. Roll up a single vertebrae at a time until you come to your highest expression of the pose. Exhale, roll back down a vertebrae at a time. And then inhale, lift back up a vertebrae at a time. So there's this articulation, is probably the best word for it, as you lift and lower. And this might take more than a single inhale or exhale to achieve, so just take your time with it. Inhale, rolling up, and exhale, rolling down. Let's do a couple more. Good. Last one, rolling up, inhale. And rolling down, exhale. Good. All right. So leave the arms overhead if you can. If this next one starts to be too much, it's okay to bring the arms back down. But if you can, leave them overhead. You're going to cross your right ankle, center of the left thigh. Right ankle, center of the left thigh. And then flex the right foot, pulling the toes back. This protects the joints. And we'll do some half bridge here. All right. So pressing the left foot into the floor, go ahead and pick up the hips, pressing up through the left hip bone. And then exhale, release the hips down. You don't have to articulate through the spine for this one. You're just lifting and lowering the hips. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, releasing down. A couple more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Again, if this is too much to have the arms overhead, you can just bring them back to your sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. As you pick up the hips this time, go ahead and stay in the pose. Keep lifting through the left hip bone. Your right hip can drop a little bit here. You really activate it through the left side here. 3, 2, press up to your highest point through the left hip bone. And 1, with control, bring the hips back down to the ground. Good. Now you're going to keep the leg crossed here. Bring your arms down. And then pick up the left foot, bringing the knee in toward your chest. With your hands, you're going to hold behind the left thigh. The right hand can thread between the legs. And you're not yanking the leg into the chest. You're just pulling to the point where you start to feel that stretch in the right hip. And keep that right foot flexed, okay? And breathe here into whatever's here for you. Try not to clench your teeth or your face. Try to soften the belly as well. Because that's what we do when we feel discomfort. We tighten spaces in the body that really aren't actually helping. So you can relax all that extra effort. And you can even invite your right glute to relax a bit more as well. Good, good. All right. So carefully bring the left foot back to the floor. We're going to do one more exercise here with the leg where it's at. And so you're just actually going to just knock your hips to the left. So if your right foot is flexed, the right foot's going to come to stand on the floor, basically. Good. Now, what might be happening is your right knee starts to drop toward your chest. I want you to take your left hand and just gently push that knee away from you. Relax your right hip. All right. Good, good. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the hips back to the floor and uncross the right leg. If you need to adjust by extending it down for a moment, do what you got to do. We're going to practice that last series on the other side. So, getting started. Starting from bridge prep, arms are overhead if you'd like, or they can be by your sides. And then go ahead and cross the left ankle, center of the right thigh, and flex the foot. Good. Let's do our half bridges. Inhale, lift the hips, especially that right hip bone, and exhale, release down. Inhale, right hip lifts. Exhale, release down. Really activating through that right side. Lift up, inhale, and release. Let's do a couple more. All right, so as you lift the hips this time, go ahead and stay. Again, pressing up through that right hip bone. Keep the left foot flexed. Breathe. Three, two, press up to your highest point. And one, bring the hips back on down. Good, good. Bring the arms down. Lift the right foot off the ground, bringing the right knee in toward your chest with both hands holding behind the thigh. The left hand can thread between the legs. Keep the left foot flexed here. And then draw the knee into the point where you feel the stretch in your left hip and just stay there and breathe with that point of tension. And again, notice what tightening happens in the rest of your body as you approach some discomfort or tension. You can relax that effort. Any clenching of the jaw or face, any tightening of the abdomen. Also inviting the left hip to relax. And we're breathing. Just a few more breaths here. Good. All right. Be careful as you bring your right foot back to the floor, heel underneath the knee. And then that one last exercise with the leg crossed where it's at. Just go ahead and drop the hips to the right, bringing that left foot flat to the floor. And with the right hand, you can push the left knee away from you. All right. Breathing here for a moment. Relaxing the left hip. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and bring the hips and knees back and uncross. Extend the legs down for a moment. Feel, feel, feel. And we're gonna do just a few more exercises here on our back. We're working with the hips and the lower back is actually a really good combination. There's a lot we can do here. So the next thing I'll have you do is bring your feet into butterfly. So the soles of the feet come together, the pinky edge resting on the ground and the knees falling out to the sides. And to the best of your ability, have your heels as close to your groin as you can. Okay. Some of you have done this with me before. We're going to practice butterfly bridge. Lots of bridge variations today. So your arms can stay down by your sides here. Press the pinky edge of the feet into the floor and lift your hips into the air, keeping the knees wide. Good. Now exhale, release the hips down. Now, what you may have noticed from that first round is that it's kind of unstable in the hips coming up. You're kind of rocking from side to side. Try to engage the legs, the hips, and the core at the same time on both sides to make it a smooth ride up and a smooth ride down. All right, let's try that again. Inhale, lift the hips, going straight up, and exhale, lowering straight down. And you start to notice that wobbliness. Keep going up and down. That wobbliness is because lots of times the muscle development on the different sides of the body is that it's different. We might use our left leg or right leg more than the other side. And the same for the different sides of our hips and sides of our core. And so we're really recruiting both sides to work together to make it a smooth ride up and down. And so whatever side is strongest isn't engaging as strongly as it can to meet the needs of the other side. That's how we bring balance. This is also pumping a lot of blood and fluid to the lower back, which helps with any lower back pain. Good, 2 more times. Good. Now go ahead and stay up this time, lift the hips, and we're gonna do a bit more work here, all right? Now your feet may fall apart here. They might not stay together, that's okay, but take a deep breath in. Exhale, squeeze the knees toward one another. Keep the hips raised, take the knees wide. Exhale, squeeze the knees together. Again, the hips are staying up the entire time here. Inhale, knees wide. Exhale, squeeze the knees together. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, take them wide. We're gonna do 2 more times. Exhale, squeeze the knees toward one another. Inhale wide. Okay, last one. Squeeze it together. Keep the knees squeezing. Press the hips a bit higher. Stay for 3, 2, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Deep breath in. And exhale, take the knees wide, and then with control, lower the hips down to the floor and extend the legs forward. Whew, feel sensation, especially in your lower back or wherever you're feeling it the most. Mine is definitely more toward the low back. Brilliant. Good. Now from here, I'm going to ask you to carefully roll over onto your abdomen. So take your time as you do so, rolling and scooching back onto the belly. Good. So once you come onto your abdomen, have your hands underneath your shoulders, elbows bending. And you want your legs as close to one another as you can, okay? And the feet don't have to touch, but just have them as close as you can. And you're gonna ground your pelvis into the floor. And with your inhale, lift your head, chest, and your legs off the ground, squeezing the legs together as much as you can. And then exhale, release down. Then inhale, squeeze back up. This is a locust pose. Exhale, release down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up, locust. Be light on those hands. Exhale, release. Locust pose. Elbows are squeezing in toward your sides, not out to the sides. Exhale, release down. Let's do 2 more. Squeezing up locust. Head, chest, and legs lift. Exhale, release. Last one coming up, locust. And exhale, release on down. Good. Take an adjusting breath. All right, now from here, go ahead and curl your toes under. Push the floor forward as you press up to hands and knees. We're going to come into downward facing dog. Lift the hips. You might need to walk the feet forward a few inches here. And especially in this iteration of down dog, we're trying to feel some extension in the spine. So it's okay if you need to bend the knees a bit more to get that length. Imagine that you're flattening your back out and the hips are reaching toward the ceiling behind you. Good. So after a few breaths of that, if you want to, you can start to walk the dog out, pressing a heel to the floor and bending the opposite knee. We did a little bit with the hamstrings earlier, but there's never too much love we can give, right? Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and walk your hands back towards your feet, coming into the standing forward fold. Feeling the upper body just drape down over the legs. Release the head and arms here. Knees are bending slightly. And notice where you're resting the weight of the body in the feet. If it's more toward the heels, just lean forward a bit. You'll take more of the stretch into the backs of the legs and lower back. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and bend your knees a bit deeper and roll yourself all the way up to standing. Good. We have arrived. We are here. We have arrived. See, I brought that back from earlier. Good job. All right. So I don't think we'll do a sun salutation tonight, but because we have some other things to do to work with the lower back and with the hips. And what are those, you ask? Well, I'm glad you asked because we're going to do that now. So I'd like you to come into a wide leg stance, please. Feet nice and wide, toes pointing directly forward, not out to the sides. If anything, they're pigeon toeing slightly. And with your inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides and up. With your exhale, hinge at the hips, flat back as you come all the way down. And then inhale, reverse that, sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way back up with a strong back. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Let's keep it going. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Couple more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, fold all the way down. Go ahead and stay down this time. And though the legs are straight, the knees are not locked. Make sure that they're bending just a little bit here. Okay. When you're ready, go ahead and sweep the arms out to the sides. Come all the way back up. And release the arms down. Good. Please take your left hand down onto your left thigh. Sweep the right arm out to the side. And with your next inhale, reach that right arm toward the ceiling first, and then tilt as far to the left as you can. Good, and then zip yourself back up. And then inhale, reach up and over, and then all the way back up. Nice strong back, creating length along that right side. Inhale, reach. Exhale, return. Twice more. Tipping over. And back up. and over. Let's stay this time for just a few breaths. Rolling the right shoulder back, looking up if you can. If not, just look forward. Keep the head in line with the spine, so don't drop the head down. Good, and then come all the way back up. And we'll do the other side. So when you're ready, bring that right hand down onto the right thigh. Take the left arm out to the side, up, and then inhale, tilt over. Exhale, come all the way back up. Inhale, reaching up and over. Exhale, return. A few more times, keep going. Inhale, reach. Length along the left side. Inhale. Exhale. Good, we're gonna hold it this time, reach up and over and stay. Rolling the left shoulder back. Again, looking up if you can or looking forward and keeping the head in line with the spine, so not dropping the head. And breathe. Good, and come all the way back up. And release the arm down. Now, just to create a bit of balance for a second, just fold forward again. Just feeling that symmetrical stretch in the back, especially the lower back here. You can even hold on to the legs and give yourself a gentle tug if you'd like to. Good, and then inhale, sweep the arms out to the sides, coming all the way back up. And release the arms down. Beautiful. So I'm going to demonstrate the next one for you. So in a moment, I'm going to ask you to turn your left foot out to the left. So this is kind of like a warrior two stance. The back foot is flat on the floor, pointing out. The front foot is flat on the floor, pointing forward. What this is going to look like, because it might be confusing if I just led you through it without looking at it first. So you're going to take the arms out to the side. Now this front knee is straight, but it's not locked, okay? And if it needs to bend a little bit at some point here, that's okay. We're going to reach forward, place the hand down, sweep the top arm into the air and over. Then the bottom arm is going to reach up. It's like you have a beach ball between your hands, and then you're going to stand up, okay? And then the arms come out. We reach forward, hand down, arm up and over, arm lifts, the body lifts. Really working the obliques here, all right? Great for the lower back. And for the hips, you'll feel a stretch on the inner thigh here. All right, your turn. Go ahead and turn your left foot out to the left. Back foot's flat on the floor. Nice wide stance with the feet. Take the arms out to the side and make sure that front knee isn't locked. Good. Deep breath in. With your exhale, reach the left hand as far forward as you can, then bring it down onto the shin. Top arm, right arm reaches up and overhead, look up. With that arm extending out over the toes, extend your left leg or left arm forward, again like you're holding a beach ball, and then stand up. Arms come out flat. Reach forward, left hand down, right arm up and over, left arm extends forward, and stand up. This is gonna be really fun. Take the arms out to the side, reach forward, arm down, right arm up and over, left arm reaches forward, and stand up. We're gonna do two more. Arms out, reach, left hand down, right arm up and over, left arm extends forward, and stand up. Last one. Arms flat, reach, left hand down, right arm up and over, left arm extends forward, stand up, and throw that ball away. You might be feeling it on your right side right now. It's only fair that we create that same sensation on the other side, okay? So you can bring your right or your left foot back to that position it was in before, toes pointing directly forward in the wide leg stance, and then turn your right foot to the right side of your yoga mat. Just make sure the right foot is pointing forward and the left foot is back behind you, flat on the floor. We'll do this one together because we kind of know where we're going now. Take the arms out to the side. Again, the front knee is not locked. Deep breath in. Exhale, reach forward. Place the right hand down. Left arm reaches all the way up and overhead, reaching out over the toes. And then the right arm comes up. And then we stand up like we're holding a beach ball. Arms flat. Extend forward. Right hand down. Left arm up and over. Right arm extends forward. Standing up. 3 more times. Arms out. Reach. Plant the right hand. Left arm up and over. Right arm extends forward. Standing up. Arms flat. Reach. Plant the right hand. Left arm up and over. Right arm extends forward. And stand up. Last one. Arms flat. Reach. Right hand down. Left arm up and over. Extend the right arm forward. And stand up. And throw that ball away. Whew, good. Definitely feeling it on my left side now. I assume you are too. So go ahead and turn that right foot to point directly forward again. Again, wide leg stance. Toes are, if anything, they're pigeon toeing slightly. And we're going to come back into that symmetrical forward fold. So hinge at the hips. Drop the upper body down. Knees are soft. If you want to, again, you can give yourself a gentle tug by pulling on the legs. Just don't overdo it. And then you ask yourself, well, what about getting into our hips again? We haven't done that in a posture or two. And I'm like, that's okay. We're going to do that right now. So with your hands or fingertips on the floor, lift your chest up halfway. And if you have yoga blocks and you need them, you can bring them underneath your hands here as well. Okay. All right. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend your right knee, the knee coming forward, and keep the left foot flat on the floor, and you'll feel the stretch in the hip. And then go ahead and extend that leg. And then exhale, bend the left knee. Again, right foot flat on the floor. And then just keep going from side to side. Exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, bend the left knee. And the chest is parallel to the floor the entire time. Don't drop down and don't sit up too much. Side to side. And then take your time getting there, but bend your right knee and stay. You can walk your hands more to the right if you'd like to. And again, the chest is parallel to the floor. And breathe. Good. Then straighten the right knee. Exhale, bend the left knee and stay. You can walk the hands to the left if you'd like to, and the chest is parallel to the floor. And then inhale, straighten the left knee. Bring the hands to center if they've moved. Take a deep breath in. With your exhale, bend both knees. Chest is parallel to the floor. Dropping into a squat. Now this time I would like you to bring your hands onto your shins or ankles. And breathe. And breathe. About 10 more seconds here. Long 10 seconds. If you ever want time to slow down, just come into this pose. Good. Inhale, straighten the legs. Bring the hands to the floor and fold forward. Okay. So from where you're at right now, lift yourself up halfway, and we're going to transition into downward facing dog. So we're probably all in different places in our world. So whatever you need to do to get to down dog, go ahead and transition there now. And then after a few breaths in downward facing dog, go ahead and drop down onto hands and knees gently. Release the feet and then sink back into child's pose. It's the first child's pose of class today. It's wild. Just breathe for a moment here in child's pose. Good. All right. Staying in child's pose, please bring your arms down by your sides, palms face up. And we're going to work with hero's pose just a little bit here tonight to help adjust from some of the work we've been doing. So with your next inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift up onto the knees in a kneeling position, and arms reach overhead. As you exhale, sweep the arms out to the side and come back down into folding child. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, lift back up, turning the chest toward the ceiling. And exhale, release down. Good. We're going to stay this time in the pose that is. So sweep the arms out to the sides, come all the way up, reaching up, turning the chest toward the ceiling. Now, keeping the chest turning toward the ceiling, bring your arms down and bring your hands just above the hips, okay? And this is to help stabilize your lower back so you don't throw everything into it. You're going to take the shoulder blades together, turn the chest toward the ceiling. Think about drawing your tailbone down slightly. You can think about squeezing your elbows toward one another behind you. And breathe. 3, 2, and 1. Come out of the back bend. It might be helpful to bring your hands to the floor first before sinking back into child's pose. Feeling sensation wherever you feel it. Good. All right. When you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And roll yourself up to a seat. And bring your legs out in front of you, please. Legs extending straight forward. Now, if you get here and this doesn't really feel supportive, it feels like you might collapse into your lower back. If you have one handy, you can take a folded blanket and sit on that. Sometimes adding an inch to the spine can make all the difference. All right. So if you have that and need that, go ahead and do that. All right. From here, I'm going to ask you to bend your right foot, or right knee, sorry. Don't bend your foot, that hurts. Bend your right knee and bring the foot flat to the floor. With the knee in toward your chest, your right hand, so it's right knee that's forward, it's right hand behind your back, and really close to the spine. So not way out here, but really close to the spine. Then inhale, lift the left arm toward the ceiling, creating space in the front of the body. With your exhale, sweep the left arm across the body, hook the knee, and twist. Good. Feeling the navel pull into the body and turn to the right. Your right shoulder is working back and you're looking behind you. Good. Now, once you're in the pose, sit up a bit taller. Feel the chest and spine lift. And as you exhale, roll that right shoulder back a little bit further, twisting a little bit deeper. And we'll stay for a few breaths. Good. With your next inhale, carefully unwind. Keep the right knee in for now, okay? You're going to take your left hand behind you, just kind of bracing, again, pretty close to the spine, so not too far out. And then reach your right arm up. Bend the right elbow. Bring the elbow to the inside of the right knee, and then press both of them into each other. Once you do that, sit up nice and tall and roll the left shoulder back, coming into an open twist. Looking behind you. Good. Then carefully unwind and extend your right leg down. Side number two. Go ahead and bend your left knee. Bring the foot flat to the floor. If it's your left knee that's bending, it's your left hand. Left knee, left hand. Left hand coming behind the spine. With your inhale, reach the right arm toward the ceiling. With your exhale, sweep that right arm across, hook the knee and twist, rolling the left shoulder back, feeling the navel pull into the body and twist with you to the left, and looking behind you if you can. Now, once you're in the pose, sit up a bit taller. Feel the chest and spine lift. And then exhale, twist a bit deeper, that left shoulder going back a bit further than before, maybe. All right, with your next inhale, carefully unwind. Keep the knee where it's at. And then we'll come into the open twist. So the left knee is bent. It's the right hand that goes behind you. Inhale, lift the left arm toward the ceiling. Exhale, bend the left elbow. Bring the elbow to the inside of the left knee and press them into one another. Then sit up nice and tall, inhale. Then exhale, roll the right shoulder back, look behind you. Keep pressing the elbow into the knee. Open twist. Beautiful. Inhale, unwind. Good. Go ahead and bend your both knees. Bring the feet together in butterfly. And again, you might want to sit on a folded blanket for this if you have one handy. And then holding on to the ankles, the shins, or maybe even the pinky edge of the feet, I want you to sit up nice and tall. Feel the shoulder blades drop down the back and the spine lifting up. Good. Now it's tempting in this next movement to just drop the head and collapse forward like this, which really isn't doing much. It just isn't. Instead, what I'd like you to do is think about hinging at the hips. I say that a lot. It's just like a flat hinge and you just close it. All right. So hinging at the hips, the back stays relatively flat and you just bring the chest forward. Even if you don't go as far forward, there's a better stretch in the hips and the lower back than if you had just rounded and collapsed. Okay. So saying that again, sit nice and tall, shoulders down the back. Again, thinking about the hips as a hinge and the back stays flat. You're just going to lean forward from the hips to the point where you feel the stretch in the hips and the lower back. And just stay there. Don't worry about going any further tonight. And if you start to notice the shoulders rounding forward, draw them down the back, which will make you back up a little bit. Last breath here. And with your next inhale, please sit back up. Feel sensation. And then when you're ready, take your time as you transition onto your back to come to rest. And if you have that blanket nearby, you can use it as a pillow. And especially tonight, because we've been working with the low back and with the hips, make sure your heels are nice and far apart, at least as wide apart as your yoga mat, and the toes are falling out to the sides. This just allows the hips to relax open. Your arms are by your sides. Your wrists about a foot away from the hips and palms are face up. This allows your shoulders to relax. Make sure there's some space between the rows of teeth. And relax any clenching in the face and eyes. Release any gripping of the abdomen. And allow yourself to feel the movement of your breath in your abdomen. Inhale, the navel rises. Exhale, feeling it release. And allow that to be the job of your mind here, to watch the abdomen rise and to watch the abdomen fall. Nothing else has to matter. Peace. 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 When you're ready, go ahead and take a deeper, fuller breath. And invite some gentle movement to your hands and feet, to your arms and legs. Knowing that if you need to come back to this resting state, that you can do so in your own time. For now, when you're ready, roll gently to your right side, taking your time as you come up to a seat. And then bringing your palms together at your heart, lower the chin, and just honor yourself for the work you've done here tonight, feeling gratitude for the effort, for the patience of this body. And may all of that effort and this practice continue to serve you. So until we meet again, namaste.